All right, so the last thing that we have to go over in this chapter is just some special cases of binomials. And I touched on this a little bit at the end of last week, but something I wanted to go over again, and I also wanted to go over doing a binomial times a trinomial. But first up, when you get something like this, x plus 6 squared, when you have something squared, it means you're multiplying it by itself. So you have two x plus 6's in this case. So you have x plus 6 times x plus 6. So you got to do x times x is x squared. X times 6 is 6x. You have another 6 times x is another 6x. And then positive 6 times positive 6 is 36. Right there you have 6x, and 6x is 12x plus 36. And we get into next chapter, so what we're going to do next week. I want you to just be aware that this is a perfect square trinomial. Okay, just something that I want to mention now. As I said before, next week we're going to be taking this and taking it back to that. So it's just going to be the reverse of what we've been doing here. All right. Yeah, it's kind of similar case too. If they're both, if it's a subtraction, like I get x minus 7 squared, just be aware it's going to be x minus 7 times x minus 7. All right, and then again, x times x is x squared. X times negative 7 is minus 7x. Negative 7 times x is another negative 7x. Last thing you want to be careful of is negative 7 times negative 7 is positive 49. Simplify it. You have a minus 7x and a minus 7x, so it's minus 14x plus 49. And again, another perfect square trinomial. All right, so those are your perfect square trinomials. Definitely something you're going to see next week. You'll be starting with this. Notice 49 is a perfect square. 7 times 7, it's a positive 49. This is a positive 36. So regardless of what you start with, sorry about that. Regardless of what you start with, you're always going to end up with a positive perfect square in the end, and your perfect squares have to be positive. All right. So next up is a difference of squares. All right. So difference of squares. You're going to start off with two similar looking binomials. Let's go with x minus 9 and x plus 9. All right, so both x and 9, but one's subtraction, one's addition. So when you multiply them out, x times x is x squared. X times 9 is 9x. Then a minus 9x. Negative 9 times positive 9 is negative 81. So look what happens here. You have 9x, positive 9x, minus 9x. It's like you have $9. I take your $9. You have $0. So your final answer is just x squared minus 81. Okay? You don't write 0x. It's unnecessary. Something similar. 2x minus 5 times 2x plus 5. Just to put some coefficients on x here, we have 2x times 2x is 4x squared. 2x times 5 is 10x. Negative 5 times 2x is minus 10x. Negative 5 times positive 5 is minus 25. Again, 10x minus 10x is 0x. So final answer, 4x squared minus 25. So those are your difference of squares. All right, last up then, just something to review. Binomial times a trinomial. Again, just big distributive property is all you want to be thinking about here. So let's go with 2x minus 7 times x squared plus 4x minus 6. Okay, so give ourselves some space here. So to start off, I'm going to distribute 2x to all three terms in that trinomial. So 2x times x squared is 2x to the third. 2x times 4x is 8x squared. 2x times a negative 6 is minus 12x. Negative 7 times x squared is minus 7x squared. Negative 7 times 4x is negative 28x. Then negative 7 times negative 6 is positive 42. Again, negative times a negative gave me a positive. So I got 2x cubed, then we got 8x squared. Again, your like terms, 8x squared minus 7x squared is just going to be a 1x squared. 12x minus 28x, so it's negative 12 minus 28 is going to be negative 40x, and then my plus 42 just comes on down. All right, so we're going to finish up this stuff this week, and then next week we're going to move on to factoring. As always, if you have any questions, post them in the class discussion forum or email me. If anyone has any questions about any of the problems, it's best to put them in that forum thing. That way, everyone can kind of see what we're trying to get done here. All right, have a good day. Bye.